Thank you so much. It's such a great honor and joy to be with all of you and share some ancient knowledge with modern view, which I have received while being with Maharishi for so many years. Ayurveda is an ancient Indian science of medicine, very, very ancient, but very deep, very thorough. And today's topic will be the quest of enlightened consciousness and perfect health. How it is expressed in Ayurveda. So, theme of the conference, as we know, is navigating the future of healthcare and humanity through the healing power of nature. So, this is example of our ancient Vedic tradition of masters. For millennia, India had this knowledge and wisdom from ancient rishis, and it continues from generation to generation. And this civilization, Vedic civilization, has given humanity immense treasure of knowledge, and it remained a test of time, whether we see Bhagavad Gita or we see Upanishads or Yoga, Ayurveda, Vedanta. All these scriptures are so deep and so profound that they give still a great inspiration and total knowledge of life that we need today. In that tradition, Maharishi came. Maharishi's master was from one of the Shankaracharyas. He was Shankaracharya at the seat in Himalayas, Jyotirmay. And so he comes from that tradition, having gained total knowledge, total enlightenment at feet of his master. Maharishi came out and brought this knowledge of life that can be lived in accordance with natural law, a life that can be lived in a happy, healthy, and successful way. He brought that knowledge with such simplicity, such effortlessness, such ease, that everybody could practice it. He brought that benefit of that knowledge in a very simple technique, transcendental meditation, and brought to humanity the depth of knowledge in a very natural way to experience it, that wholeness of life within, the purity of life within, the totality that one can live and enjoy life. And at the same time, Maharishi revived all ancient Vedic literature. See, the ancient rishis always, whenever the knowledge declined, whenever humanity lost connection with natural law, when dharma was on decline, they revived it, like Adi Shankaracharya. And Maharishi's master also revived this knowledge. And every aspect, so among many aspects of Vedic knowledge, Maharishi revived Ayurveda to its full glory. And Veda, this whole Vedic civilization, what that knowledge is that profound unity, profound totality that exists at the basis of life and how to connect. That is Veda. Veda is, how Maharishi explains, the natural impulse of infinite, eternal, uncreated, pure consciousness that is at the basis of all creation, evolution, and dissolution in the universe. So Maharishi describes that as basis of all creation, basis of all evolution, all maintenance, that is existing in the universe. That is that unified wholeness of life, and that is easy to connect with and very natural to connect to that totality of life. And we will come to that in a little. So how Ayurveda defines it. So when we say Ved is like whole inscription of natural law, where all the laws of nature are in oneness, wholeness, and everything emerges from that. Then Charak Samhita. Charak was a great, like a founder or one of the fathers of Ayurveda. And his disciples asked him that, how do we explain what Ayurveda is when people ask us? Then he says, first explain what Veda is. And having explained Veda, then one should explain what life is, what Ayush is. And he see the depth of Indian Vedic knowledge. He says, Chetana Anuvritti. His life is continuum of consciousness. Jivitam, being alive. Anubandha, being connected with the source. Like every expression of life is always connected to the source of life, the creation of life. And Dari, life that upholds body, upholds that which it creates. So, life lived in accord with natural law. The intelligence of nature that governs and maintains the infinite diversity of creation in perfect order, and the intelligence that governs infinite complexities and subtleties of individual physiology and consciousness are closely linked. Life needs to be lived according to natural law to lead human life in enlightened consciousness and perfect health. So there is intelligence in nature. Every layer of creation is governed by some law, some law, some law. And as one goes finer, these laws get unified. And today's science is like, from classical physics to go to quantum mechanics, to quantum field theories, to like unified field. All the laws start to unify and one wholeness. That is what science is. That is one unified field. One field where all the laws of nature are in oneness, wholeness. And Vedic civilization also finds that unity within. That what Atma is called, what Samadhi is called, that intelligence that is existing in nature, that oneness, and intelligence that governs all the activity of human physiology and consciousness. And immense intelligence, like how our physiology is created by just single cells. They multiply, and like 35 trillion cells that function in make our physiology. And each cell has its nucleus, each nucleus has its DNA, and each DNA has total genetic expression, total knowledge of life within that. And still each cell is performing its own function in harmony with everything else. So cells in the heart function differently, cells in the liver function differently. So there is a specific genetic expression of the cell, but cell within itself is total. It has full totality of all the genetic expression that we have. So that is the totality of life. That is the nature's intelligence that is within us. And that, Maharishi says, with a simple technique of transcendental meditation, we can align our awareness to that nature's level of Atma. And what is that level? That level is always evolutionary, always right, always good. Laws of nature. Every law of physics, like is a truth of nature. Same laws that uphold life. Is dharma, as our scriptures call it, natural law. And they govern our life. So theme of Ayurveda is living perfect health, enlightened consciousness, and a long and happy life. Ayurveda emphasizes enlivening the orderly and evolutionary power of natural law in one's life. Secret to maintaining wholeness of health and well-being is living in perfect balance and harmony on individual, social, and environmental levels. So this is another like holistic concept, hita, hitam, sukham, dukham. So what is it? Ayurveda describes what is good and right for us, what is not good, not right for our life, what makes us happy, what makes us not so happy. So how to align ourselves to that level of all good, all evolutionary, all natural, to that guidance we get from Ayurveda. Then another wholeness of life, dharma, artha, kama, mokshanam, arogyam, moolam, uttamam. Good health stands at the very root of right action, acquirement of wealth, fulfillment of desires, and enlightenment. 4 purushartha called dharma that lead life in an evolutionary, that kind of effort to be good and right and evolutionary and nourishing. Then artha, to acquire means that are needed for the life. Kam, fulfillment of desire is another effort. And moksha, enlightenment, the liberation from all kinds of boundaries, bondages, total freedom, and live that cosmic life. So concept of holistic health in Ayurveda. Ayurveda promotes the continuum of perfect health through principles of preserving good health and preventing ill health. So in Ayurveda, it's called swasthasya swastha rakshanam, protect the health of the healthy. And these principles include Ayurvedic daily and seasonal routines, health promoting behavior, wholesome diet, digestion and nutrition, regular panchakarma treatments, purification and rejuvenation procedures, regular practice of meditation, transcendental meditation here, and yoga exercise, and balance, rest, and activity. So complete knowledge of, and this is just some principles. Ayurveda is a huge depth of ocean of knowledge, but we are picking up some gems from that. Then another Sushrut, another father of Ayurveda, and he describes perfect health is the definition of samadosha, samagnischa, samadhatu, malakriya, prasannatmendriya manaha, swastya ityabhidiyate. Now what it says in short is that when all the functions, and these functions are like, collection of different things together, and if that is in harmony, because it unifies every other thing on that line, so everything is in balance and everything here is balanced. So if all the processes and structures in our physiology are in balance, every function is in balance, every item is in balance within itself, within everything, then it is health. But it doesn't end there as a definition of health. And then it says, prasannatmendriya, second line says, prasannatmendriya mana. So what needs is that there is a natural happiness, bliss on the level of self, on the level of mind, and on the level of social interaction, all that we are doing. Prasannatma indriya mana. So on every level of life, the happiness is there, natural bliss that is there. Then one is called healthy. So health is not just absence of disease, but life in balance and wholeness, complete happiness, success and fulfillment. Ayurveda gives knowledge and practice to live in this state of health. Perfect health through perfect balance. That's another principle. That balance, samadosha, every level is in balance, in harmony. When that is there, then that health. Perfect balance on every level. Rishis describe fundamental of fields of Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, the first expressions emerging from the unified field of total natural law. These fields, dosas, are subtle but powerful fields that create the structures and functions of the physical world, including that of our body. balance and imbalance in these fields are the balance and imbalance in the body's inner intelligence, which is responsible for proper functioning of all aspects of physiology. Ayurveda is the art and science of keeping these doshas in balance, enlivening body's inner intelligence that brings self-healing and perfect health. So Ayurveda gives the key to our health in our hands. And that is like knowledge that is so essential. And that, if followed, we remain healthy. Maharishi says it's not necessary to get sick, It's possible to remain healthy throughout our lifetime. And that is science, expressed in Ayurveda. And perfect health, and this is very interesting. Perfect health is defined as swasthya. Now, swasthya is health, but the meaning is swasthya. Swa is the self, sta is established in one's own nature, one's stabilized in oneself, and that is health. So Ayurveda locates the source of wholeness of life in its definition of health, swasthya, meaning established in one's own pure nature, swa or atma. In the text of Ayurveda and other Vedic literature like Yoga, Veda, Upanishad, Vedanta, etc., this pure state of self is described as pure consciousness, transcendental in nature, which is at the basis of all our life expressions. It is the source of all harmony and evolution in life. This level aligns the individual's nature, individual prakriti, with the perfection of cosmic nature, universal prakriti. So when intelligence of nature is perfect, and if we can bring our mind, our consciousness, our intelligence in alignment with that, then it functions in that perfection, because they are linked. So once our awareness opens to that level, and then I am coming to that, it's what Maharishi brought, that how to bring our awareness to that level. That is wholeness, that is totality, that is just, transcendental in nature. And that simple, effortless, easy, natural technique, Maharishi brought transcendental meditation to give us this lost knowledge from the past. Great civilization, Indians, rishis, for thousands of years, the knowledge was alive, and all the education was in that term, that consciousness-based education, evolutionary-based life. So here some of the expression, just description of that level of, it's our own, it's not something outside, it's our own pure nature. What is its quality? Avyaktatma, kshetragya, shashvato, vibhuravyayah. Atma is unmanifest, knower of all creation, eternal, universal, indestructible. It's like, it's from Charak Samhita, but as if we are reading some Upanishadic knowledge. Again, another Ayurveda text, Bhav Prakash, and I'll just read English. Atma is the light of absolute bliss consciousness. That's what it's called. Sat Chitanand. What is the nature? It's just non-changing. Sat. Chit is, nature is pure consciousness. Ananda is just bliss. That is its nature. What is it? It is us. Our own pure nature is that. Atma is light of absolute bliss consciousness. Eternal, non-attached, and without attributes. Upon contact with Prakriti, manifest creation arises. So it has no attributes, just like all expression of plants, green leaves and beautiful flowers, pink petals, softness there, hardness there, sharp thorns, all diversity. But underneath all diversity, if you go finer, then you come to the level of sap. Sap has no attributes, no color, no fragrance, nothing, but it is at the universally present everywhere. And that level of life we are talking here. Again, now, same thing in Yoga Sutra of Patanjali, the main scripture of yoga. Tada drashtu, it just starts, the definition starts with the, starts with that. Tada drashtu swarupe avasthanam, and then the observer remains established in his own self. And see beauty of it, swarupe avasthanam, the definition of yoga, swarupe established in self, swarupe avasthanam. And what was the definition of Ayurveda? Health in Ayurveda, swasthya, established in self. So, vritti sarupyamita, the tendencies of the observer emerge from here and remain here. Another definition, I'll skip this. So, experience of transcendence and growth of consciousness through transcendental meditation. So now we are coming to the practical side of it. And this is very important. Right. So this Vedic science teaches the simple, effortless technique, transcendental meditation, that allows the mind to settle easily, effortlessly, and progressively towards more refined levels of thinking until mind experiences its quietest state at the source of thought. This state, known as transcendental consciousness, is the state of yoga, a state of perfect balance, harmony, and unity. So how to arrive at that? We have been talking, we have been reading all these things, but where is that, how we can implement in our life? And that is this, great gift of Vedic tradition that we got from Maharishi. Simple, easy, totally natural technique. One sits easily, closes the eyes, and for 20 minutes morning, 20 minutes evening. This is called spontaneous or self-transcending mind. We have lost that knowledge. In Vedic literature, it's called fourth state of consciousness. We know waking state of consciousness, sleep state of consciousness, dreaming state of consciousness. This is Turiya, the fourth state. And what is the quality? Upanishad says, Shivam Shantam Advaitam Chaturtham Manyante Sa Atma Sa Vikeya. That is completely peaceful, completely evolutionary, absolute silence. And what is the quality? Advaitam. There is no this and that in that. It's just pure consciousness. And Advaitam. Shivam Shantam Advaitam Chaturtham Manyante. This is known as the fourth major state of consciousness. And that is Atma. That is our own self. That is worth knowing. So that's why if it is our natural state of consciousness, if it is a fourth state of consciousness, it must be available to us in as natural way as other states. We are waking, we don't make effort to be awake. When we go to sleep, we don't create our sleep. We go and we sleep. So this transcendence is like that. We just lost that knowledge and technique. And that is source of our all creativity, source of our intelligence, source of our all our balance, source of our evolution. And that should be part of our life. And we come to scientific researches here. So here you see the first half, and there is an arrow, and then it changes. It's just one of the hundreds of scientific researches have been done. It's the most researched technique, transcendental meditation. So first half is when one is meditating and engrossed in transcendence, and different parts of the brain, you see, all are integrated and all are coherent and have, quite high level of coherence. And once one finishes, comes out of that, and then it's changed. Every lead is changed. So EEG coherence, complete coherence, brainwave goes into, and it's just one chart. I can't show everything there. So once that is established, one is doing regular meditation and experiencing that and experiencing that and getting benefit in his life. Then what is like future? What happens? It grows actually, just not like one experience, but it whole consciousness is evolutionary. Consciousness gets cultured and evolves to higher state, because that experience then infuses that wholeness, that balance, that harmony, that freedom that one purely experienced during transcendence. Now it infuses in our life, in our day-to-day life. So then if that continues in our day-to-day activity, then it will be fifth major state of consciousness, which Vedic literature also describes. We call it like cosmic consciousness. And how it is Maharishi is describing the nature of the self, essential nature of the self should be lived through all experience. And that will be a positive gain. Then it is cosmic consciousness. One aspect of it is there's this transcendental, eternal silence, bliss absolute. Another aspect is relative. One aspect is that, another is relative, what day-to-day our activities and relative experiences. The ever-changing field of existence is another aspect. Both taken together are cosmic consciousness. So that silence of the absolute permeates through the activity. Then it's a higher state. So our consciousness is evolutionary. It's not just waking, dreaming, sleeping, waking, dreaming, sleeping. So here is another research on that. So left side is just those who are, now we are measuring how much is infused in our, waking state, that experience. So green is with eyes open, coherence in eyes open, and ochre is while doing TM. So this is only 1 year, and you see the difference between that. And then the other chart is since 8 year meditating subjects and telling that I am, experiencing that level of life during my day-to-day activity. And so while eyes open, you see how much they are almost equal. Eyes open and coherence during eye open and coherence during TM almost equal. So this is same during sleep also. See the advanced TM and then TM and control subjects. So meditator, non-meditator, advanced meditators, many years of meditation. And these coherence waves that are seen there are not seen in normal human existence. Only with transcendental meditation, long experiences, some of the waves are seen. So it shows that, evolution of consciousness. Now, this is another experiment on day-to-day activity. During activity, the first part is non-meditators. The second part is like meditating for some years. And third part is like long practice of meditation, and they are experiencing these benefits in their life. And you see that green line average going up, up, up. It's like a scale of integration of brain waves, like evolutionary, from non-meditating to meditating long enough periods. So occasional up, but here everything is higher level from zero. Integration is maximum then. Okay, now I'm coming to a very profound thing. So when individual starts, now we see this consciousness is like a field. It is, as I said, like permeates through the whole, like sap permeates through the whole plant. Like this definition, how it is described, it is all pervading. And so when one is meditating, then individual life is. But what is happening to the collective society, and why there is some societies are more coherent, some societies are very chaotic and always fighting and always problems, and some are evolutionary. There is a collective consciousness in society, and depending on how society is more attuned to natural law. And if society as a whole violates more and more natural law, and this is also not only in other scriptures, but even in Ayurveda, cause of war as a root cause of wars is a collective violation of natural law by the population. And how to solve? There is a Vedic technology to solve this, to transform the collective chaos into harmony and to more progress, to more peace. And that is done by a square root of 1% of population if they are meditating together, which is a small number. If you take a country, and one experiment was done, and I'm going to that, and we'll finish very quickly now. This is amazing experiment from 2007 to 2011. This blue line that you see is the number of practitioners at one place together in USA. When that goes beyond the threshold, which is like square root of 1%, then the transformation starts to happen. This is called, because of Maharishi described it. After Maharishi, it's called Maharishi effect. And between these 4 years, the number of practitioners together extended the threshold of 1750 in USA. So that means that number of practitioners of TM and advanced TMCD program has enough power to transform the collective consciousness of USA. And see, other lines, all different color lines, are the crime rate reported in the government sites. And these are negative trends of society. And see, there's murder, rape, aggravated assault, robbery, each line differently, different colors, infant mortality, drug deaths, various vehicle fatalities, and children's death by injuries. Different colors, and the red color line is average of all these negative trends. You see, during the period of demonstration, everything started going down. And then it continued, even though the numbers went up, but then everything started going up. So this is like a proof of, these are, each individual items and each individual item. And here are the numbers, the change in numbers, like the reduction in trends from forecast values during demonstration, and then we saw a year or two, what you call the post periods. If you see each one now, how much a society gets benefited. Drug-induced deaths, how much is averted? 15%. 79,941 fewer deaths in USA during that time. Child and adolescent death by injury, 158,000 fewer deaths. Murders, estimated 28,553 murders averted. This is a published research. Almost 1 million aggravated assaults were averted. 95,885 fewer fatalities, vehicle fatalities. 485,710 robberies averted. 53,000 rapes averted. 31,000 infant mortalities averted. This is an immense possibility that Maharishi has given through application of Vedic science. And we are showing time to time, but it needs a permanent group to transform the whole world. Like we need 10,000 experts in this technology. And this is last January, we gathered in India, in Hyderabad. We were 10,000. And this is, since Maharishi started, like this is now 93, this is 83, 7,000. This was in USA. Also daily in India, this Vedic technology, yagya for world peace, we are doing also this with Pandits. And this is, I end with this last verse of Rig Veda. And it just says that just like whole creation, all the laws, all the phenomenon of creation are in harmony and order, like that human beings can be living that way with same inspiration, same creativity, same joy. And the solution is to live that, alliance with natural law in life. Thank you.